race it at the final Grand Prix of this season, so we will see him again in a couple of weeks' time.
Directly into Q1 since the Red Bull Ring in Austria, which just shows the purple patch.
Really tricky day yesterday. I think everybody had him down as the favourite coming into the weekend, but didn't get off to the best starts. Just quickly, on his physical condition, how is he? Because
the newly crowned three-time World Superbike champion will be on that Yamaha M1 the Tuesday following the Valencia Grand Prix. So many stories worth following. We'll, of course, be covering that entire test live for you.
Sadly, a test which will not feature Marc Marquez on the 93 factory Ducati. I'm sure you're well aware of the news that broke on the eve of this Malaysian Grand Prix. Sadly, the shoulder injury which Marc suffered a couple of weeks ago over in Mandalika, the contact from Marco Bezzecchi on lap 1, that is a season-ending injury for Marc Marquez. Yet another now in 5th, Quartararo once again in 6th. So having had 4 Japanese bikes, we've got 3 about Acosta. He's 10th, having led the way on day 1.
Frankie Morbidelli, as you just saw there, in place now, so it's a VR46 Academy 1-2-3 Marini Morbidelli ability all through the weekend at a circuit, of course, where he did
into the pack along with Alex Marquez. Those two of 15 times we've seen a Grand Prix world title wrapped up. That was the big issue once again yesterday. It's when that rear tyre kicks sideways, and right at that point there, as soon as it gets back into line, it just chucks a whole load of weight over the front tyre, and Bagnaia then can't make the corner. He has to just release that front brake a little bit, not darting towards the apex. What used to be Bagnaia's super strength on board that Desmond Sadici is now one of his key weak points. Once again yesterday, like we saw in the Phillip Island warm-up last Sunday, as he came out of turn 14 in practice, we saw another clear indication of a big high-speed wobble to you, and how they sold it, because of course if they knew what would the fins inside that garage. Here's Raul Fernandez then. He's got a lot of work to do, hasn't he, to get out of Q1.
20th Tissot Sprint of 2025.
He's clawed his way and fought his way up to 10. Yeah, turn 3 is where you really are having to tire late on, particularly over the 20 laps of the main Grand Prix. Their 3rd to 4th gear on that curve as you start the climb up to yesterday in practice at turn 6. This time around he's just running in hot into the final corner, turn 14. He might have actually stayed on 2 wheels here. I think the gravel's just so deep, he's just needing a bit of assistance to ride out of it here. So
finishes in each of the last 2, and says a lot about how difficult the last couple of years has been for Alex Rins, largely due to injuries than through
who just keeps performing wonders, doesn't he, replacing Maverick Vinales on the once again.
Luca Marini, Frankie Morbidelli both setting 158.4s, just 7,000 split them. Pecco Bagnaia 3rd ahead of the 2nd factory Honda of Joan Mir. The RC213Vs flying so far. Fermin Aldeguer 5th from Fabio Quartararo, Alex Marquez and Marco Bezzecchi. Of course, another Q1 participant, Pedro Acosta, completing the top 10. Raul Fernandez, who we saw lift himself up to 11th, ahead of Miguel Oliveira and Paul Espargaro. Fabian Gian Antonio, Jack Miller, Ayagura and Brad Binder. Next up, Agora had a slow speed tip-off at turn 1. Bastianini 18th, ahead of Lorenzo Savadori and Alex Rins, who took to the gravel at the final corner right at the end of the session. Sonia Chantra, Augusto Fernandez, who also had a fall, and Michele Pirro completing your field of 23.